Hello everyone, my name is Rajat Jain and I am instructor at Newton School. I am so happy to start this Microsoft Excel journey with you. I am currently working as a software engineer in Microsoft itself, and I am a full stack developer and have experience of 3 to 4 years in the industry itself. So let's get started with this Excel. Data is not a rocket science. Here, we will go step by step in these courses and you will be able to do analysis on the data with this course. But yeah, this series is particularly focused on Microsoft Excel. Remember that your success in this course is not going to be the overnight journey. It is dedicated efforts, small efforts, but small significant steps you will be taking up daily. That is important. Whenever you will be attending class or doing your assignment or giving up mock interviews, you are one step towards your goal. Great, let's get started. So first of all, today's lecture is Introduction to Excel. What is Excel and which company developed? I guess most of you know like Microsoft Excel. So Excel is developed by Microsoft. And I guess most of you have seen that green one. We will be doing the practical things as well. But yeah, if you want to connect me over the LinkedIn, this is the LinkedIn profile here we are having, and this is the GitHub link on which you can see some sample Excel sheets. If you go to this GitHub link, this is github.com/code/sample Excel sheet, and here you will jump to this page. In this page, here there is a sample Excel sheet. If we require more Excel sheets in this course, I will be uploading them here and you can download the same. How can you download? You go here and click on this file link and it will load, and then there will be an option to download the file. Let it load and see. It is loading, and here you can see on the right hand side there is an option to download raw file. You can download the raw file in your computer. Just click here, download pop-up, save it wherever you want to do. I am canceling this download because I have already saved this file. So this is a repo where you can come and download this file. You can make this repo star. Like you need to log into GitHub and make it a star. So for the lifetime, you will not lose access to this Excel sheet. Whenever you want to practice Excel sheet, come here and do practice. So you can star it and also fork it according to you. You can bookmark it, whatever you need. So yes, introduction to Excel. I have already downloaded this file. So let's open this file. Now, when I open it, it will look like this. So I will tell you each and every part of this Excel sheet. First of all, do set the zoom level. It may open at 100% or may open at different zoom level according to your settings, but you can zoom this sheet from the this bottom corner. Let me make it visible to you. So in this, now it is visible for you. Like here you have this slider. See the right on the screen, you have this slider. From here you can make zoom of this sheet. You can click on this plus button and you can click on this minus button to zoom in and zoom out for the sheet. Now, what more we are having? So start with Excel ribbon. Let's see. We will start with Excel ribbon. So Excel ribbon is the top menu bar that contain tabs which are organized by task. You can see this top menu, like where we have home, insert, draw, page layout, formulas, data, like different things are there in each tab. This is known as ribbon. Now, this Excel sheet is known as a workbook. What is a workbook? An Excel workbook is a primary document that contain all of the sheets or spreadsheets. So you can see here we can add different sheets here. Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So these 3 sheets are in a workbook. This one file which we are having is known as a workbook. This file is workbook. Yes. Now we have Excel sheets. So in a workbook, we can create multiple sheets. You can see here in the bottom, you have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. You can add more sheets. You can delete a sheet or you can rename the sheet as well. Any name you can give to this sheet, like topic 1, topic 2, topic 3. You can delete the sheet by right clicking on them. Yes, we have one sheet. Now in this sheet, you can see cells are there. What are cells? Cells are individual squares on the Excel sheet that are created by interaction of a row or column. You can see there is a column and a row. So here we have intersection of row and column. This is a cell. Cell can be formatted to include different data types. We will see how to format a cell, but what is a cell? This each square block intersection of column and row. You can see it is in E and 8. It is in E and 8. So this is a uh, one cell. You can see this is intersection. So we say it intersection. Now each cell has a name. What is that? You can see in this top slider, this is name box. When I hover over this, it is a name box. So it tells the name of the cell. Yes. So each cell has a name. Here you can see it is 7D or D7. First of all, column name is put and then row. D7. See E7. This will be F8. This will be G and 8. This will be F12. You can see here F12 is coming up. And on the top, there is this fx is written. This is actually a formula bar. What is formula bar? A formula bar is located at top of the Excel sheet and displays the content of current selected cell. It is also where you can enter the formula or function. Like this is a sample sheet which we have downloaded from the GitHub profile. Now, if I click it, you can see 7,000 is coming up. If I select this, bonus is coming up. So whatever the cell I select, it shows the content of that. And if I have some formulas like this, that formula will also be visible. Don't worry, we will see how to write the formula as well. Now there is a status bar on this. On the top bottom we have a status bar which tell different things. My document is ready or something and something. This status bar can show other detail as well. Like you can see when I selected some cell, it show me the average, count and sum automatically of the data. So this is the status bar. And quick access toolbar is the last thing, is located at the top left of the Excel ribbon and allow you quickly access common features like save, undo and other things. So here it is, maybe like it is Mac. So here things are different. On Windows, there can be one more like circular, you can see icon will be there. When you click it, it is known as quick access toolbar, which you have many informations there. Different versions may have differently, but those actions are also here, like save and share and other things are here. Now this is the basics of Excel, like how, what thing is what at the when you open an Excel sheet. So workbook and worksheet. So this whole is known as workbook, but this thing is known as sheet or worksheet. Now how to save the file? You can go to this file and then click on save. If you want to create a new file, go to file and click new. You can create a new file here. If you want to create a copy and save a new copy of this file, you can use save as. But yeah, if you suppose change something in this and you press Control S and Command S in Mac, your file will be saved. Or you can make it to auto save on, but it depends like whether it is available in your Excel version or not. Different Excel versions may have different things. Something little bit get changed. Now I will tell you some of the basic shortcuts for this. Now, if you want to copy a cell, you can say Control C and Control V. This will copy and paste something. Basically, Control C is for copy, Control V is for paste. If you want to cut copy something, you will use Control X and Control V. Control X for cut, Control V for paste. Control Z is for undo. See what I am doing. Like if I paste something, I want to undo. go to the previous state, I will use Control Z. If I want to redo, I will use Control Y. If I want to select whole sheet, I will use Control A. If I want to save my sheet, I will use Control S. If I want to find something, I will use Control F, and I want to find suppose AVA in this sheet. Here you can see it automatically filters it out, or like find it. This is Control F. If you want to find and replace something, you can use Control Z. Or like you can see, there are side by side windows. You can click Control F and then click on replace here. If I want to replace it with Rajat, so it will replace it, like replace, and see here instead of Ava, it is Rajat. Now I can undo it to the previous state. After that, we will see like how we can hide and show a row. Let me little bit zoom it for easier visibility. Here I will click on this row. Make sure I am right clicking on this 5, and you can see here we have a hide. So we can hide this row. I can hide another row. See here, there is a green button or green line coming up here, which tells us that there is some rows hidden here. How to unhide them? So to unhide them, we can right click here and click on unhide. You need to right click here actually in between, then only it will unhide. So we have hidden 2 rows, so I will click here again and unhide to hide all the things. If I select like suppose 5 rows and hide them, now if I right click and unhide them, those 5 rows will not be like automatically figured out. So you can double click here also to unhide them. See, you can just double click, that will also unhide your row. Yes. If you want to change the height of the cell, you can change it like this, height or width of the column. You can do it like this, like drag and drop. If you have some data, select it and take your cursor to the border of this data. There will be a hand cursor, and you can move your data like this anywhere in the sheet. But make sure to put it on the boundary of this cell. Like here, you can see all the boundaries have this hand icon coming up. So click on this hand icon, like keep your mouse pressing down and move it anywhere, your data will be moved. Try practicing it, try moving the data, write any data and try moving the data. This is about how you can move the data. This thing is possible with the row as well. Suppose see, I have selected 4 row with Michelle and 55,000. Hand icon is coming up. I can move this like this, but it will replace the data. So if I like move it to some empty space, like I come here and I move it to empty space to the bottom of the sheet. Like select this row, select it like this, move your cursor a bit, it will automatically scroll and I will put it to the blank sheet. Now it will not replace. If I want to move it back, so I will move it back like this. Or other thing you can use is Control X and Control V. It is the same thing, or you can do the action with your mouse. This thing happens with the column as well. So you can select a column and you can move the column like this. You can also hide the column. Right click on the column, see that column is hidden and there is a green line coming up to tell you there is some value hidden here. Also, when you select a row and column, you can see there is a green line coming up here. This tells like this column is selected, and here also you can see there is a little bit green line which tells this row is selected. So yes, like their UI is very beautiful to tell you everything and make your life easy. So this is hiding rows and columns, moving rows and columns, and if you want to delete something, you can use delete. Like right click and delete. This will delete complete row. If you want to delete complete column, select complete column. Like see here, if you click on this C, it will select complete column. If you click on this 5, it will select complete row. So you can delete complete column or row by clicking like this, deleting row and column. Sometimes people accidentally hide the data, but they don't know how to unhide the data. Like we can hide some important data, like we want to share the screen and we don't want to see this, like we don't want other people to see this data, so we can hide it for some time. But make sure where data is hidden. So it is hidden between this green line. So click on this and make it unhide. Hide. Now this, like sometimes people faces difficulty. So see, there are different cursor coming up. So when this cursor come, you won't be able to unhide the data. So make sure this type of cursor come when it is two lines and no fill up. Make sure like there are two cursor. One is this filled cursor, another is this cursor. So when this cursor comes, then you will able to unhide the data. Now, how to insert a new row or column? You click here and you can say insert. So it will insert a new column. I can click here, I can say insert. So here it will insert new row. So in this way, you can insert new column and new row anywhere. Now, after this, let's move forward. Now, there is a range in Excel. What is this range? So let me undo it a little bit. So range is like when I select this range, you can see in this top left, see here carefully where my cursor is now, this C6. Now see if I'm selecting, it is selecting 7R to 1C. We can write some formulas in Excel as well. Like how? So to create a formula, you put some equal to, I am just giving some basic example in this intro video. We will see more formulas in detail in future videos. So here I can say equal to, and I can select this cell, then I can say plus, then I can select this and make enter. So you can see this cell is now a formula, which is like B5. What is B5? This cell plus B9. What is B9? This cell. So this cell is equal to B5 plus B9, and you can see B5 plus B9. No, my formula is wrong. So I can also type the formula here. B6 plus B9. Enter. So this formula is now B6 and B9. You can see these two cells. This is a general formula, but there are also formulas which are available directly for us. Like I can say equal to sum of B6 comma B9 and bracket closed, enter. So see, you are getting same result, but here on the top you can see it is sum of B6 B9, and uh, here it is B6 plus B9. So these are the functions which are directly available to us, and these are the custom formula like plus, minus, subtract, division, whatever you want to do. Now, if you want to do it a range, so suppose I want the sum from here to here, what you will do? Will you write something like B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6, B7 plus 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 like this, like sum of B2, B comma B3 comma B4? No. Here we will use range. What is a range? Range means start from here and go up to something. So how to write a range? So in this sum, basically, how do we write? In this sum, instead of this comma, put a colon here. You can see B6 colon B9, and we are able to select all the range. Let me change this B6 to B3. See, automatically this blue border is telling us from this cell to this cell, it is ranging, range. Let's increase this range to 15. You can see B3 to B15, and press enter. You can see it is sum of B3 to B15. So these are some basic formula techniques. How do we write? We write a equal to, and we can use direct functions as you can see here, or we can just use plus there. Let's again see the formula syntax. So here you can like double click on this. So it go to the formula window, and you can see it is equal to, then you need to use some inbuilt functions. As soon as you click, it also show you this documentation here. So when you click it, it will show you its documentation, how you can use this function. Some of this, right? Now, here we have used range. I will show you some more functions, but how can we use some more function, or how can we get to know which functions we are having? So here, if you go here on the top ribbon, there is a formula. So here is some average, count, number, max, and you can click on the more function and it will tell you most of the functions which are available here. And if you click on them, you will see a documentation here, like what that function do. So let's see, if we want to find the average of something, so we can use equal to like equal to average, and then we can give range. Instead of typing the range, you can use your mouse cursor and select this range this. You can select this range like this and just press enter. Like click here and press enter. So this is the average value. Like, because here it show the value, but what is the actual formula, that you can see in this formula bar on the top. What is the formula in this cell? Is it actual value or it is formula? As soon as it start with equal to, it is a formula. And it also tells you this range. It is B2 to B22. Like side by side, I have opened this formula panel, and it is like easier for you to update the data as well. So yes, like it is very easy. I want to go from B2 to B7. I can update it from here as well. B2 to B7, and side by side it show you that highlighted area. There are more functions like min and max. Suppose I want to find the minimum of this, so I can say min and press enter. This is minimum of all these values. I want to find the maximum of this, I will use max and press enter. This is the maximum of all these values. Average, median, mode, you can use median mode as well. Like you press here median and you can do mode. So median mode is also there. Make sure every formula starts with equal sign, then there is a function name and this. Or if you don't want to use inbuilt function, you can write your own equation like this: b6 plus b9 multiplied by something something, and write your own thing. But what is b6 and b9 here? They are cell, each cell address, each cell value. Like b6 is this cell, intersection of column and row. Now this thing which we do in the formula, like equal to something, let's create a basic formula for us. So what we have, like we have salaries here. Now I want to give them bonus of 3.50%. Now I want to calculate the bonus of all these person. Salary is this, I want to give 3.5% bonus. So what should I do? Equal to this cell multiply by percentage cell, this, and press enter. So it means bonus for this person 3.5% is this bonus, and I can calculate the total equal to salary plus bonus. Now in Excel sheet, we can fill it like this, like we can move it and formula will be automatically fill up. How? You can see it is b3 plus c3, it is b4 plus c4, so it automatically fills up. When I do what I do, this corner one, either I double click it or I hold and drop it like this, so it automatically fills the formula for each row by using the same pattern. Here you can see the formula is B3 plus C3. Here B4 plus C4. Here like bonus is empty, so you can see 52, 52, 55, 55. You are getting same value because there is empty here, so you are getting same value. But for first cell, you can see it is 50,000 plus 1,750 rupees, which is 51,750, because the formula is B2 cell plus C2 cell. But for the bonus, what we are doing? B2 multiplied by E2. This B2 or E2 is known as relative cell reference. But there are two types of cell reference also we are having. One is mixed cell reference and one is absolute cell reference. What are those? Let me tell you first why they are used. Suppose I hold this and put it like this. You can see bonus is coming at 0. Why? If I double click on it, it is trying to calculate B3. You can see Focus on this highlighted cells. B3 multiply by E3, but there is no value in E3. Similarly, here it is trying B4 plus E4. It is trying B5 plus multiply by E5. Then it is trying B6 multiply by E6. You need to press escape to come out of this formula. But no, we don't want. We want this cell to multiply by this cell. We want this cell to multiply by this cell. We want this cell to multiply by this cell. So what should we do here? So in this formula, I will put a dollar here. I will put a dollar here. Let's first see what is the result we are getting. Oh, yes, we are getting the correct result. But what does this dollar doing? So having a dollar sign attached in the formula, having a dollar sign attached to either the letter, you can also attach it like this, either the letter or with the number or with both, right? But this dollar means make this dollar to common, means make the two which is row common in the formula. Like when I expand this formula, so in this formula, when it is normal formula, it will try to do B2, B3, B4, B5, B6, B7, B8. But here it will not do that. It will do E2, 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 E2 only. It will not change when I am trying to expand the formula. That is the meaning of this dollar. It is like keep it fixed. This is mixed cell reference. Keep the reference of row fixed in E. So if I press enter and do this, it will work. And you can see total will also keep on changing. Make sure these total, when I press here, total will automatically change. You can see it, they are changing side by side if you see carefully, because total is like see B plus C column. Total is B plus C column, B7, C7, B9, E9. But what is formula? See, B3 and E2. When you double click on it, see which cell is highlighting. This is known as mixed cell reference. And what is absolute cell reference? Absolute cell reference is similar to the mixed cell reference. In this case, we also make column fixed. $E, $2. When this dollar is put only on one value, it is mixed cell reference. Now in this case, we are fixing the column E, but taking the variable row. But when we put dollar both, we are fixing the column as well as row. So this is cell reference, how we are targeting. When now you can see when we need to put it for the column like $E, when we try to expand it row wise, then $E will be used. When I try to expand like top to bottom, then $2 will be used. Basically, row number will be used, and when we do it horizontally, column number will be used. So if you want to fix it row wise and column wise, put dollar in both, and this is known as absolute cell reference. So yes, these are the things so that you can fix the cell. When writing the formula, there are empty values, because if you have normal thing like this B4 and C4, it will automatically expand B5, C5, B6, C6, B8, C8 like this. But when we want to make it fix, so we fix it using this dollar, and you can expand it, it will remain fixed. So this is about cell referencing. That's all for this lecture. You can practice this by downloading this Excel sheet from this link, from this GitHub link, and keep practicing. Download this Excel sheet, keep on practicing so much things. This is the page where you can download it. So in the previous lecture, we have seen an introduction to the Excel. Like what are cells, what are rows, what are columns, how to move the data, cut, copy, paste data. We have seen some keyboard shortcuts as well. We have seen how to write Excel formula. We have seen what are the some action methods or functions available in Excel. We have seen how to reference a cell in the formula. formulas are written using equal to. If you want to practice it, you can download the sheet from here, and you can, by opening this link, github.com/code and slash sample Excel sheet, you will go to this page and you can click on this sheet. When you click here you will get the download option on the right side. You can download it and save it in your computer, and you need Excel uh, software in your computers. If you want to get this repo later on, you can make it a star. You need to log into your GitHub account, make it a star so that you won't lose access to this repository. Also, in case you don't have Excel installed, so what you can do, you can go to the office.microsoft.com and log in there. Or if you don't have a Microsoft account, create a new account, log in there, and there also you can import this Excel sheet or create a new Excel sheet free of cost. Yes, you can do it. So yeah, make sure if you don't have installed Excel in your computer, you can go to office.microsoft.com to practice it. Just create your account and you will be able to access it. Now, this is the Excel sheet which I have downloaded from that portal, and let's see some more functions on it. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out to me over the LinkedIn as well. So this is my LinkedIn profile, linkedin.com/in/Rajat Jain -cs. Definitely follow me. I will be posting more updates there. And yeah, this video is in association with Newton School. Now, we will see something about Excel formatting. How can you format your data here? Now, you can sort the data. What do you mean by sorting? So let me give you example. Suppose you have some data like 3, 6, 2, 1, 8, 4. Suppose you have some random data. What do you mean by sorting? Sorting means make it in ascending or descending order, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it will be 6 and 8. This is sorting in ascending order, lower to greater. Then another sorting is in descending order. What does mean by 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1? This is descending order. So yes, you can make all your data sorted in ascending or descending order. Let's see how you can do that. So suppose I want to sort the data according to the salaries. You can see salary of the person is in random order. 55, 45, 70, 65. But I want to sort it. So I will select here, and in the top ribbon, you can see here we have sort and filter. You can click here and see, it will tell you option sort is smallest to greatest or largest to smallest. If I click here, and you can see expand the selection, what does this? Data outside your current selection won't be sorted. Okay. So if I click here, there must be something other, like it sometimes give warning, but you can see it sorted our data. Like see, it is now in increasing order. If I press Ctrl Z and I again come here and select it, and I will do sort. Let me remove this formula here and select sort. No, sorry, this is the sorting, and I will make it larger to smaller. And if I sort it, you can see it will make it 70, 65, 62, 66, 7, 58. Yes, so you can sort it in ascending order or in descending order. Now you can sort it with the name wise as well. Select this one. You can see we can select will like A, B, C, D, A to Z. So you can see A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So they are in ascending order now. You can sort them in descending order as well. Click here and sort Z to A, and you can see they are in the descending order. So in this way, you can sort the data. You can sort data of most of the type, which can be like this. Generally, you sort the data based on like price. You want top data first, like the product whose price is greatest. So you want those. You can based on the salary, like which are the employees who are taking top most salary. So and anywhere you can use the sorting. After sorting, there comes the use of filter. What is filter? You can see side by side instead here sort, and there is a filter option available. If you click on this filter option, you can see this filter icons come up. Like see, previously they were not there. Okay, let me again uncheck that option. That icons are gone. Let me again check that option. So you can see again icons are coming. Now with this, you can filter your data. How? See, click on this. Now, here you can see there you can do filter in many ways. First of all, I want to select only 45 salary, 48 salary. See, now 40. As soon as I check it, those entries are coming up side by side. We are filtering the data with this much salary. We can uncheck it, so filter will be removed. I am filtering the data. Now this is individual filtration. What more can we do? Let me do clear filter. Clear filter will clear your filter. Here, this is a drop down option here you are having. I want to select greater than 55 value. One second. No, like this. I want to select greater than 45,000. So you can see all the values which are greater than 45,000 are coming up. Let me increase this value so that it is easily visible. So I am selecting the data greater than 54,000, and you can see there are some green lines here. These green line means these data are hidden between these rows. Filter means filtering the data based on our need. We need greater than, we need smaller than, we can use less than. So it will be now less than values. We can use less than equal to, we can use greater than equal to, we can use equals to. I need to scroll it, I guess. One second. We need to equals to 48. So see, yeah, equals to 45,000 is coming up. So you can use more. Like, see, what are more options? You can use between. I want from this to this range. So it will give you all the options from this to this range. I can select top 10 entries. You can change the number here as well. I want top 5 entries. See, 60,000, 65, 60, 70, 62. You can also make them ascending or descending here itself. So just try to use these in combination, and you will see the beauty of this Excel sheet. It can save lot of time of filtering the data. You can click on clear filter here to clear your filters, and your sheet will come in original state. Suppose I apply a filter here greater than, and I apply suppose 51,000, and I close this window. Here you can see this thing. There is a icon change. This icon is different, this icon is different, and there is a icon change here. You can see this and these icons are different. So you can see it means filter is applied on this column. You can click here and clear filter, icon will again change. Still it is like in ascending order. I will click here like ascending or descending because it is sorted. So it is giving me this icon as well. So yes, when it is sorted, it is giving me downward arrow with sorting things because my data is sorted. I can press Ctrl Z to go to the same state. Yes, you can go back to the same state by pressing it multiple times. You can also sort it by color. How? For example, I have these cells in red color. I have these in maybe another color. I will change it to blue color. Blue color is not visible, so I can change it to yellow color, and I can give some background color to this cell orange. Now you can see filter will be done based on this. How? There is a option by color. So you can do by color, cell color, and I can select gold. So it means all the rows with cell color gold. Cell color means background color. If I press Ctrl Z, now again filter it. I want to filter it with font color. I want to filter it with only yellow. I want to filter it with red. I want to filter it with another color like this. So yes, you can filter out things in different way. Now you can see when I select black, these yellow cells are also coming up because we have put filter on font color, not cell color. There is a difference between cell color and font color. You can see font color is black, cell color filter is different. So, and when you click on clear filter, it will clear your filter and will show you the result accordingly. Now, after filtering, we will see about some of the options in the bottom ribbon. So here we can see we have many options. So I can show you some of these options one by one. Now in the home tab, you can see there is paste here, but also like you can see like we can paste it in different options. For example, if I go here, I can copy it. I can copy it here, copy, and I can come here and paste. I can come here and there are other options like see, paste, formulas, and so many things. Only paste the values, don't paste the formatting. You can see there is a rupees symbol here we are having. There is proper formatting, like it has font color as red, but we are pasting it as plain text. Even this is this can be done using keyboard as well. When you press Ctrl V, this paste menu comes up. If you click here and you want to say like I want to paste it as only values, then only it will be pasted as well. You can say values and number formatting, value and source formatting. So which formatting you want to keep and which one to apply, you can do it here. Maybe while pasting you don't need borders, while pasting you want something else, so those things are possible here. Paste as picture, so it will be pasted as image here. So see, these functionalities are available in Excel sheet. This is about copy paste. Here you can use the cut command as well. This scissor icon is for cut, and this is for copy formatting option. How does it work? For example, there is some formatting in this cell like this 52,000. I can do formatting and I can select any cell. So whatever the formatting applied on that cell will be applied here as well. I want to apply this formatting. Suppose it is red color and there is some italics are there. So I will copy it and I can select multiple cells. So same formatting, italics and red color is applied on that. This is format copier. If you hover over it, its name will be there. Copy formatting from one location and apply it to other. So it do not copy text or something. It only copies formatting things. Let's undo it by pressing Ctrl Z. Or also you can do undo redo from the top ribbon. If you can see here, I have like redo or undo. This undo redo option can be here only in some of the Excel version. It can be here for some of the in the top tab. Just check it out. They will look like this: arrow on the left and arrow on the right. Left means undo. If you hover over it, you will also get it. What does they mean? And redo means redo. So let's undo to something. Here are other options available, like which option you want to undo, which action you want to undo. Okay, here we are, cut, copy, paste. Now let's see other things. Here, this one is for the formatting, like which font you want to use. This one is for text formatting. Like I want to use maybe any other format like this. So this font is applied. This is for font. This thing is for font size. I want to change the font size. You can change the font size by clicking on these small a and capital A as well. By clicking it, it will change the font size by 2 value. It may change some font size to different value, maybe in different version a different value is set up. So yes, this actually changed the font value. This thing is for making the text bolder. Let me undo it again so that things are easily visible. I can make the Excel sheet zoom little bit. Here, selecting this, now I can change the font size. I can make it bolder. I can make it italic. Italic means like little bit tilted. Or I can make it underline. Here you can also do it double underline. This double arrow tells us or gives us more option for that. This arrow. This kind of arrow is at many places. So this is about text formatting. Now what is this? This is to set the border. Now suppose I select this cell and I click here. You can see there is border to this cell. Like this little line is coming up. I can select I want a thick border. So a thick border is around this cell. See, I have deselected this cell. I again select this cell. I only want right border, or I need to clear the border first. So to clear the border, there must be something no border. So now border is clear. I want left one, so left border is coming up. Now this is for single cell. Like now suppose I select multiple cells and I can say I only want right border. So right border is available here. I select multiple cells like this and I want all borders. So see, all the cell borders are visible now. You can have like thick border bottom. I can select this and say thick bottom border. So you can see here the bottom border is very thick than other borders. You can click on more borders to see those options, like you can have line border, double line border, thick border, this kind of format. You can have different borders, and where you want it in outline, or you want top, you want bottom, you can select them like where you want like this. So yes, like see, this kind of borders are also possible. So yes, just click on this border option and you will see so many options. You can erase the border. Some eraser icon will come up. As soon as you pass it, you can erase the borders like this. You can draw the border. When you click on this draw border, a pencil comes and you can keep on drawing the border wherever you want. And let's clear the border. Let's select it and I will say no border to remove all the border in the selected region only. Now here, this is for cell fill. You can hover over it to see the option hint as well, fill color. So if I click here, you can see this color will be fill up in that cell. I can select orange or I can select multiple cells and that color will be filled in those cells. I can again select it, click here and I can say no fill to uh, remove any fill value. This thing is for font color. Like I suppose selected this, I want to set it as blue color, red color, or any other color. You can set it. I can again do and click on automatic so that automatic black color comes up. This is about text formatting. Now here are more formatting like this. If I click here and do this, you can, and this is visible when I increase the height of this cell. So when I increase the height, you can see and click on these options how text formatting is happening. Let me increase the width of this here. See, we can make the value anywhere in this, like middle of this cell, right and middle. And if you hover over it, it will also give you where you want your value in that cell. So yes, this helps us in positioning the element. Similarly, there are other things. You want vertical text. So now text is vertical, though we need to increase the height to see it clearly. We can again make it like clockwise. We can make it in different directions, like anti-clockwise. We can make it rotate up, and different things are possible. Change formatting cell and this. Like if we click it 2 times, so it comes back to remove any formatting. Here also, to give some indentation, you can have this, like you can see some indentation on the left. You can move the text using some indentation with this method. Let's undo the sheet little bit to go back to the previous state so that we can see about more formatting options. Keep on practicing these side by side. You can pause the video and try out these formatting options. Here, like suppose you want to select two cell and you want to merge these two cells, so these two cells will be merged. You can select and merge these cells as well, horizontally or vertically. This is possible. You want to unmerge this cell, so you can click here and unmerge these cell. And merging cell means this cell is now becoming a one cell. In place of two cell, it is a single cell. Text wrap, in case your text is overflowing, do you want to wrap the text or not, that thing is there. This is about decimal values. So for example, here you have two decimal places, you want to increase the decimal values, you want to decrease the decimal values, you can directly do it from here. Now, this option tells you what is the cell formatting. See, this cell is currency type, this cell is general type. So you can change it, like whether it is a currency type or number type. Based on that, formatting of the text may change, like percentage type, percentage is coming up, currency type. So you can change the formatting of the cell. Uh, I have given you this sheet. In this sheet, I have already set the formatting to currency. From where you can download this sheet, go to this link, github.com/code and/sample Excel sheet. You will come here, click on this file, and after clicking on this, you can download this sheet from this option to do more practice. Yes, coming back here. So, what are the more options we are having with this? Now we will see about conditional formatting. Yes, we can write some condition based on which some formatting will be applied on the cell. Let's see here. Like we have some salary values here. You can see there is a conditional formatting option. So now we can say here highlight cell rule. Means we can apply a formatting condition on this cell or on a group of cells, and let's see what happens. If I click here highlight cell rule, I can say cells greater than 50,000 value should be like marked as this. So I can make it red, and you can see all the salary values which are greater than 50,000 are marked as red. Now we have make it red. Now I can select more rows here, and let's apply some conditional formatting here. Greater than, and I will make it let's say 60,000. Okay. So all the values, now here two conditions are applied. That's why this cell is also coming as red. So let's undo it, and I will select whole column, and let's apply the conditional formatting to whole column. Like if it is greater than 60,000, then make it red. So only like few values are there. Now it is coming as red. You can make change that also. Like I can say greater than, and if I click on this thing, now you can select a particular cell like 55,000. Now again I will click on this, so you don't necessarily need to type the value, you can reference that value as well. Now here it can say light red filled with dark red text. You can change it to the yellow, you can change it to the green. If I make it green, you can see these cells are now green in color with green background. This is conditional formatting, and suppose this salary is 54,000 now. If I change this salary to 65,000, you can see side by side color of the cell also got updated. Yes, it is real time. If value changes in the Excel sheet, color also changes. If I make it less than, like suppose 50,000, now color has gone. So you can do something like if you have less than 1,000 rupees in your bank account, make it red. If you have more than 1 lakh rupees in your account, make it green or any other color. Like you are managing your portfolio or managing your budget of the house, you are taking expenditure per month, you can set a limit, like if my expenditure goes above 50,000 per month, then make that column red, indicating that we are doing something wrong and we may need to update few things, or we may need to manage few things. So this is where conditional formatting is important. You can again select this, and you can clear your rules, clear rules from selected area or clear rules from your entire sheet. So all the rules in the sheet will be clear, and with this all the rules in this area will be clear. You can apply multiple rules on multiple cells. Like here you can have top bottom rule as well. Like you want to set top 5 items to have red, or top 5 items to have any other thing like red text, green text, or yellow. So top 5 values will be yellow. Now if I change a value to bigger value like this, you will see automatically again top 5 values are yellow. all the order got updated. So yes, this is real time. Like see, I can make undo. Like see, now this has become yellow. If I redo, you can say this value is not in top 5 values. So it is again back to black color. If like, it is real time, you don't need to do it every time. If you update a value, it will be set accordingly. Now you want to clear the formatting from old sheet, you can see, just click there, clear all the conditional formatting in complete sheet. You can have more thing here, like see, greater than, less than value, between a range, like you can set between 10,000 to 20,000, make it yellow, something like this. Then you can see equals to text that contains, like maybe you have some text, and if that text contain a particular keyword, like maybe city name or something, then make that text red. Maybe you are doing text analysis, then you say in that text maybe there is company name coming up, some company name is coming up, so you can say if that cell contain this, I want to make that color red. This will easily help you to filter out the things and easily visualize the thing, how your data is behaving, or what is extra things, or we can say sideline things in your data occurring, or duplicate values also. If there are any duplicate values, it will be able to do that. So yes, this is about conditional formatting, like greater than, less than, or something something. You can also put your custom format, not only these 5 6. You can put your custom format, you want green, violet, blue, any other color, any other font, any other font size, any other underline. You can set it. You can strike through a text as well. Strike through means cut the text. So yes, a lot of formatting is possible. You can set your custom formatting as well, on less than, equal to, greater than. You can see like cell value, specific text, dates occurring. Like when you have dates in your sheet, you can put it like, if my date is near to the end of the month, then make it red. Maybe you need to pay the bills or something. It is complete data management system. Like, so you are managing your house budget or account things, so you can put there like, I want to pay my loan, so that date will be red. You just need to open that sheet and see, maybe today or tomorrow, as soon as that date comes, it will make it. Wherever there are blanks, it will change it, no blanks, error, or something like this. So you can set condition on formatting. If this condition satisfies, format this cell accordingly. More thing like top 10 items. This is just example, top 1 item, 2 3 4. You can have anything. You can say top this much percent of item, top 10%, top 5%, top 20%, bottom 10 per items by count. This is by percentage value, bottom 10%, bottom 5 percentage, above average or below average. I can show you again this. Like if I select here and make it top bottom rule, above average, and I can make it red. So these values are above average. So if I select these cells, here you can see average value is coming up. See the bottom on the sheet here where my cursor is. It is 55,190. So all the values which are above average now have condition applied. Now I will clear this. Clear rule, clear it from the selected cell. Now you can do more other conditional formatting. These are simple conditional formatting, but let's see this. This is gradient fill. Like if I do this, you can see according to the range, it automatically fill the cell. For example, 70,000 is highest in this. So you can see 70,000 means it has filled the cell to highest. Which is lowest, like 50,000, it has done this. 52,000, 65,000 appears between like 50 to 70, so it is like little bit half. So yes, more less the value, more below this fill values, it is like percentage fill, kind of this. So to check out more rules, you can just come here and just hover over it. It will tell you what is it, and you can set more rules, like what should happen, like my percentage value should be this, my value should be this, what is the direction, left to right, right to left. See, this direction is left to right. What gradient you want, or you want a solid fill, this is known as solid, like this gradient. You can see green to white is coming up, this is gradient thing. Solid fill we have seen previously. If you want to apply border as well, that also you can apply. Let's undo and see what more conditional formatting. Here it is just different colors like red, green, blue, and other things. Clear the conditional formatting. You can do it like this. These are solid fields now. These are solid fields. That was gradient. Now here you have color scale. Now, more the value, green the color, smaller the value, red the color. So it has separated the color like red, orange, yellow to green. Kind of heat map, if you know, it has created. Lesser the value, red the color, greater the value, greener the color. So if the value is in between, it will be yellow. If the value is high, it will be green. Less value will be red. So you can set the rules as well. Just go here, more rules, like lower value, what you want, red, higher value what you want, you can set it, or by percentage also you can set it, like value is greater than 10%, 20%, you want to set a value, that also you can do. This is just about practicing. I am just telling you what are the options available with us for conditional formatting. Again, you can undo it by clicking here, or you can undo it by pressing Ctrl C. Now here is icon set, like you can set different icons are there. This may not work for every data. Some icons work with specific data only, and you can also set new rules here, like you want 2 color scale, 3 color scale, and okay, like here you can see it is divided into 3 colors. You want 2 colors, you want 1 color. So those are all conditions which you can do. See here, you just need style. You want data bar, you want icon set, you want 3 color scale, you want classic style, which we have seen first, that was classic style. Like if it is greater than, then make it red. If it is less than, make it blue, or anything. Only format top to bottom ranked values. You can also change it how you want to do it. Just read it, you will be able to understand. Pause the video if you want, you can play with it, how to do conditional formatting in Excel. This is also known as like cell formatting. Conditional formatting or cell rules are also the same thing. Now, here there is filter, like you can see there's filter coming up. I can remove this filter, like I can just click here and filter is also removed from our sheet. Now if we want to create a table, yes, tables are different thing. I can select this data, go to this insert, and here there is an option to table. If I do it and click OK, you can see this selected area is now table. You can set different formatting to this table now. Not all the sheet is table. Whole sheet is completely sheet with so many things, images, graphs, and etc. But the selected area is table now. You can also give different formatting. I can open this here, and you can see there are a lot of formatting of this table. And you can also do like new style table. If you don't like the table style from here, you can do it yourself. This is table. Like here automatically filter buttons come up. You can remove this filter button. Like first column you want to make it bolder, header you want to make it different. Banded row, you can see banded means one color different, another different. Like alternative rows have same color, you want to make it banded or not. Total rows, it will give you the total. Yes, some maybe formatting style, okay, yeah, width was less, so that thing you can do. List column, first column, so yes, like last column, first column, you want to make it bolder. So these things you can do with table. Table is for the selected range. If I have any entry to here, that may not be in table, or maybe like I can like I want to make the table till here, so it is now till here. But automatically sometime if you add a new cell, it moves to the table, or it depends. Like if you only want like top 5 rows in the table, so now only till here, like uh till here only we have table. We can increase or decrease the table area by clicking here and moving our cursor to a particular cell. This is table. How to open the table formatting? Click here. On the top you can see table is coming up. When I click here, this table is gone, but when I click inside the table, now table formatting option comes. Let me again click outside. You can see table format is gone. So when you click in the table, you get table formatting. You can set any other format to this table and set different ways in which table should be formatting. You can set the table name as well. This is table name. You can set salary here. to set the table names. You can say remove, duplicate, convert to range, and so many options are there. But this is just an introduction to tables in Excel sheet. Let's undo it. Press Ctrl Z multiple times to make it undo to the previous state where we were. Now, we will see about some different charts in Excel sheet. Yes, we also have charts and data bars, or we can say graphs in the Excel sheet. We can create that from the current data itself. What are the importance of chart? So chart provide a way of seeing trends in the data in your worksheet. The charting feature in Excel is extremely flexible and powerful and allow you to create a wide range of charts from worksheet data. But the real benefit of inserting chart is that the process is very easy and simple once you know it how to do that. So you will be able to analyze, visualize your data through charts. Now there are different types of charts and choosing the right chart is also important. A chart is far more effective at communicating results, outcomes, or trends than a table or a figure displaying the same information because it is visually appealing to us. Our eyes and mind is able to grab the summary of chart. Different chart types have been created to communicate different types of information. Some charts show simple relationship between values while the others are designed for quite technical purposes. And now we will see some form of charts. We can select the particular data from which we want to create a chart or graph. I can go here in the insert, see what options we are having. Let's see quickly what are the more options here. Having pivot table, recommended pivot table, table from picture. You can insert a picture here. You can insert a shape in the Excel sheet like this. You can now shape formatting option open up. Let me remove this shape again. And insert, you have icons. You can insert icons. You can insert another 3D shapes and models. You can insert some screenshot add-ons, recommend, like when you, this recommendation charts, may not sure if this is in your Excel version, but I am using the latest Excel version. So in this, as soon as you select some text, it will give you some recommendation. These charts may be helpful for you, but if you want charts yourself, you can click on these charts. See, there are different things. If I hover over it, it is column chart, it is line chart, it is pie chart, it is statistical or bar chart, hierarchical chart, and this is which chart? XY scalar. So there are different charts and graph. Let's see the first one. If I click on this, see many charts coming up. Some are in 2D, some are in 3D. Here you can see there is heading also telling us it is a 2D column, it is a 3D column, 2D bar or 3D bar. I can select some basic one. Let's select this one, and you can see it has automatically created a uh, chart for us with salary of person. And if I update the salary, see here, for William it is this salary. If I update this salary to suppose 5,000 only, this chart will be updated in real time. If we change any value here, this chart will be updated. And when I select this chart, you can see it also shows with which values this chart has been created. You can change the area, like I only want this chart to have only 5 rows. So now this chart will only have 5 rows. Yes, you can update this in real time according to you, even after inserting the chart. This is the bar chart. So if you click here, you can see now on the top you have chart designs. You can select the chart design, in which design you want your chart to be, because our text is very big. So in this case this is overlapping, but you need to choose from the chart design. You, like here there is a bottom icon coming up. If you click here, all the chart design comes up here. Here, like if you want to change the color of this chart, you can change the color, like this. Now it is orange. You can switch rows and columns, like changing the axis of the chart. You can select the data, like again want to change the data, you can do it from here. Change chart type. Yes, you can change the chart type from here itself. Let's see some other kinds of chart which we are having. Let me again select only few rows for now and again go to this insert and go to the bar chart and let's see some 3D chart. So this is a 3D chart. You can see now it looks like some depth in the chart. These are known as 3D charts. Again, let's see more type of things. Line chart. Let's see some example of the line chart. Here you can see this is just only line chart. Here with line chart we also have some dots coming up on the lines. So different kind of charts which you want. You can change the style, like I want double line, I want blue in the background, this kind of chart formatting, this kind of formatting. You can change the chart formatting whatever looks cool to you, whatever makes more sense in your Excel sheet. And you can change the size of this chart by clicking on this icon and you can change it. This will change the size of this chart. If you click here inside window, there is on the right hand side format plot area. You can change the format of the inside area as well. See here, it is a fill color, so you can change, like I want a solid fill, so it fills the solid in that area. I want gradient fill, I want a picture in the background of the chart, that also is possible here. Fill color, you want some shape, shadows, or those things, like I want to change the transparency, I want to change the shape, I want to make it glow. So just play with these things. For as soon as you play with it, formatting of the chart will be changed. Let's undo it back to our normal flow. Yes. Now scroll it back, make sure it happens. Now you can also freeze some cells here. Like for example, I can click here and I can say, like for that I need to come to the view. Let's search where is any, there is, if there is any freeze option we are having. In this view, you can see there is freeze first row or freeze first column. If I freeze first column, now if I even scroll the sheet, you can see first column is now freezed. I can also freeze first row. So how I can do that? I can say freeze top row. Now you can see top row is frozen. If I click here, I can say unfreeze pane, again freeze pane. Now in this case, you can see I have freezed pane still here, but it depends up to you how you want to freeze it. You can just click here and freeze. Now you can see it has freezed to the top left of the cell. Now on first column and first row is freeze. Even if you scroll, that remains. Yes, this is helpful when you have very long Excel sheet and you want to see some columns or rows every time with that. So you can unfreeze it. Now with the scroll, those are not freezed. Let's see some charts again. We will go to this insert and we can insert some pie charts. So see how beautiful pie charts comes up. Switch rows and columns and those things, though this data is not good for pie chart, so our pie chart doesn't look good. uh, it looks similar. Let's change some value, like this is the Williams area. If you even hover over it, it may tell you like which data you have selected for this chart. We can change the size of this chart again. These are known as labels, and this is the chart name coming up. You can change the chart name by double clicking here and giving a another name to this chart, whatever you. Again, if you click here, every time this chart design come up, you can see the beautifully the chart designs are here. So many chart design. Again, because this data is not good for pie chart data, so it is looking not good. But yeah, you can play with more and create more charts from here. Like there are some histograms like this. You can click here, some histograms are coming up with this range. You can change these range as well, like select data, move chart, and there will be different options coming up. So yes, but yes, the thing is charts are possible in Excel. That's all for today's lecture. So in this today's lecture, we have seen about how to sort the data, how to filter the data, how to convert something to the table. We have seen about some formatting options, conditional formatting, and how to work with the charts. So keep on practicing this. To practice this, you can download the Excel sheet through this link provided, and download this. You can open this directly in office.microsoft.com and keep practicing. If you have any question, you can reach out to me here on LinkedIn, or reach out to your instructor. So in this video, we are going to see about Excel functions and conditions. Yes, conditions. So you can write multiple conditions. What are conditions? Like if conditions, like if something is true or something is false. Like you have conditions in your programming language, in Python or any other programming language, you have conditions. In SQL, you have conditions. Here also we will see how to apply a condition in here and evaluate an expression. Then in this video, we will see about Excel functions. There are many inbuilt functions available in Excel. So we will be trying to see some of the most important functions, and I will also tell you if you want to learn about new functions, how can you do that? I will also refer the documentation here. So you can follow me over the LinkedIn. Here is the LinkedIn profile, linkedin.com/in/Rajat Jain -cs. And this video has been created with Newton School. And if you want to download Excel sheets for practice, you can go to this website, github.com/codens/sample Excel sheets, and you can download the Excel sheet, this one. In this video, suppose I need to use more Excel sheets that I will be uploading to this repository, and you can find those Excel sheets here itself. So let's get it started from the new sheet, and let's make it zoom. So you can zoom the Excel sheet from the bottom right, this slider option, you can click on this plus, or you can change this slider here. We will see some conditions, like we will write some expressions that evaluates to Boolean value. What is a Boolean value? Boolean value means that evaluates to true or false. So I will come to this cell and I will write something like equals to 4 is greater than 5 and press enter. You can see it is giving us false. Yes, if I click on this cell, on the top you can see here whatever we have written actually in this cell is visible there. 4 is greater than 5, and of course it is false. 4 is not greater than 5. Now let's write another expression, that is 6 is greater than 2. What do you think it will evaluate to? It will evaluate to true. Now while writing this expression, you can see I have put some space, but this space is not required. You can remove those spaces as well. Yes, one more thing, you can edit your formula directly by clicking on this and you can update it. Or when you click here, you need to double click this cell to go to the formula mode. Else it will show you this value. Make sure to check here side by side what that cell has, because it is written as true. Suppose I use my caps lock and I write true here. So this is also true, but this is also true. But what is the difference? Here it is coming from the formula. This is as a text. So like many people got confused. Is it coming from formula? Is it a condition or is it a text? So don't worry, my friends. You can just select that cell and see here if it is coming from formula or if it is a text. Let me remove this text and come to the formula again. Now, this is directly we have written 4 greater than 5 or 6 greater than 3. But we can also reference the cell here. How we can reference the cell? So if I suppose put two values here, I put 10 here and I put 20 here. What are these cell names? You can check the cell name from here. It is A2 and it is A3. So now I can come here and say equals to, I will reference the cell address. I will say is A2 less than A3. You can see as soon as I write it, there is a color coding here comes. Like this is in blue color, this is in red color. Also, you can see this cell has become blue and red to easily reference it or to make it more visualizing, like which cells it is evaluating it. A2 is less than A3. I will press enter here and you can say it is coming at 2. Why? Because formula is A2 is less than A3 and A2 is 10, A3 is 20. Now it will be this. Now suppose I change this value in the cell, you can see it will become false side by side. So yes, every expression in Excel sheet is evaluated real world. So if I make it 20, it will again become true. Focus on this cell, how this cell changes. If I make it suppose 30, it becomes false instantly. Now more use case. What are the more use case? Suppose you are having, this is your, you can say expenditure or spend amount or expense amount. This is your expense column and you are maintaining the budget of your house. So what you can do, suppose you have these cells coming up. So you will say equal to like A2 plus A3 plus A4 should be, is it less than suppose 100? Press enter, true, it is less than 100. Now, maybe on some day there is a expenditure of for 80 rupees. Now you can see it has become red. Now let's try to apply some conditional formatting on this. So I can go to this conditional formatting and I can say equals to, and I can say equals to false. Your. Now see, if this is false, it will become red. And if I make it something true, it is different color or no color. So like example, practical example can be you are having your expense. As soon as your expense go above some amount, you can write this condition if it is true or false, whether you are in budget or not. And if you like go above your budget, you can see conditional formatting will make this cell false. Because formula is A2 plus A3 plus A4 should be less than 100. Now suppose there are 10 cells. So you won't write like A2 plus A3, A plus A4, A5, A6, A7, A8. No. So what you can do here, come here and write some, write range here from A2 to A10. If my range go below 10, now see, if I am adding this, I am adding 10, 10 here. As soon as it go above 100, it will become false. So you can see the formula is here. Sum of, let me increase its width. So you can see the formula completely. Sum of A2 colon A10 should be less than 100. So this is like function which we have used. We will see more functions here. But yes, this is some function and you can evaluate conditions. So this is conditions which we are putting less than and greater than. We can say like plus of two values should be less than, and we can also say equal to. If it is equal to, enter. So see true. If this value is equal to 100, it will come as true. If not, it will come as false. We can remove conditional formatting from here by clear rules, clear rules. So if it come, if this sum of A2 to A10 is coming out to be 100, because I have mentioned single equal to. Yes, here you need to mention single equal to. Now double equal to is an error here, but in programming world we need to use double equal to for equal comparison. Is this value equal to this? But in Excel we just need to use single equal to for a comparison. First equal to, it automatically means it is a formula, and this equal to is for comparison. There is no variable or nothing, so single equal to in Excel means comparison operator. Now suppose you have multiple conditions, like for condition 1, condition 2, condition 3. How to evaluate all the condition at once? Means like I can say here, like I have only two values here. Let me remove this, remove this, remove this, remove this. Now I will say equal to, I have one condition like A2 is greater than A3. This is one condition. Suppose here, let me write more things like 4 and 8. And I have another condition like A5 is less than A6. It is true. But I want to evaluate these conditions at once. So what we can write? We can use and or functions. This is and or similar to your programming world. What does and means? When condition 1 and condition 2 satisfies, then it will give you true. But if even one condition fails, it will give you false. Let's see how it works. So here I will use and then I will write comma a5 is less than a6. You can see it is giving me color coding. Blue is blue, red is red, purple is purple, and green is green. Press enter. So you can see here I have written multiple conditions here, and this comma this means when both the condition satisfies, it will give me true. Let me try to make a single condition false. I will make this condition false. This condition is true, this condition is false. A2 greater than A3 is true, but A5 less than A6 has become false, so this will false. Let me undo it. Now this condition and this condition is true. Let me make this condition false. This condition A2 greater than A3 is false, but this is true. Still the result is false. And let me make both the condition false, still false. So and will give you true. Let me repeat. And will give you true when all the condition passed in it is true. Even if one condition is false, it will give you false. And says all the conditions should be true. You can write as many conditions as you want, like 5 is greater than 2. You can write infinite number of condition in this and. But the thing is, in and, if all the conditions are true, then your result will be true. After and, there comes or function. So or function will become true even if one value become true. Let me show you. So here I will say or, and I will write a2 is greater than a3, and I will write 5 is less than 3. Now you can see I have written this condition is false. For now, I am not referencing it. I have directly used some numbers to make the condition false. Now see, this condition is false, but this condition will be true. A2 means 30 is greater than 20. So or will give you true even if a single condition becomes true. When all the condition becomes false, or will give you false. Now see here, this condition is now false. This condition is also false. Now it will give you false result because all the conditions are false. Then or will give you false even if a single condition in or is a true. It will give you a true. This is the same concept in every programming language, in SQL or in Excel. Like what does and or evaluates. After that, there come the use of not. So not just reverse the condition. For example, I have a condition here, A2 is less than A3. Or for easier readability, I can like just say equal to 4 is less than 5. You can say it is coming as true. Now I will write here not. Now you will say it will come as false. Let me copy this to this cell and I will remove note here. So you can say without note, it is giving me true, which is correct. 4 is less than 5. But what does note function do? If inside expression is true, it will give me false. If inside expression is false, it will give you true. Basically, it reverses your Boolean value. Now see, let me make this inside value false somehow. I will make 7 is less than 5, which is false. Now you can say it will give me true. Though 7 is less than 5 is false, but it is giving me true because note function reverses the output. You can also have conditions on not just on number but on field. For example, I have written here Rajat. Now I say here, does A9, first of all we will put equal to. Now we will say A9 equals to Rajat. Now you can say it is true. Let me make it Newton. So see, it has become false because it is checking my words. Is it true or not? Let me make it a smaller case. Then also it is evaluating to true. So you can say is case insensitive. It is case insensitive. So yes, even for capital and lowercase, it is giving me true. But if I even add one thing here, like Rajat 3, it will become false because it is checking whether my cell value is equal to this. Now, if we want to check note condition, I will check here like, is my A9 cell does not equal to Newton. One second. No, is let me write it again. A9 cell does not equal to Newton. So you can say it is coming out true. It is saying A9 cell should not be equal to true. Even if I do Rajat, it will give me true. Yes, A9 cell is not true. Sorry, A9 cell is not equal to Newton. But if I now write Newton here, you can say it is coming at false because condition is saying this symbol is for not equal to. In Python language, if you have seen, not equal to is like this. But here, not equal to is two brackets. In SQL also, not equal to is written like this. So it is saying E9 does not equal to Newton. Is it true or false? Here, because E9 is equal to Newton, so it is false. But if I make it to something else, it will come out to be true. Now, these are the conditions in Python. Now, using these conditions, we can write some if statements. Yes, if conditions, like how you have if conditions in programming language. If some condition is true, do something else, do something. How do we write it? So let me clear it and I will say equal to, I will write if here and press enter. No, I will write if and I can choose this. Now, as soon as I choose this, you can see there is a pop-up coming up. This will tell you how to write a if condition. If I click on this if condition, there will be some documentation which can open up and which will tell you how to use a if condition. So it say the if function is one of the most popular function. So an if statement have two results. The first result is if your comparison is true and the second result if your comparison is false. You can see here where my cursor is, there is a logical statement which we are writing. Now if this logical statement is true, it will evaluate to the first value. If this logical statement is false, it will evaluate to false, like else conditions. Let's see some practical example, but like for any function, if you want to see, you can check out this documentation as well. Let me write it. So I will say here, like 7 is greater than 3. What do you think this condition is true or false? Yes, true. So I will say here, uh, Rajat, and I will say here Newton. Okay, this should be in quotes. So it is coming out to Rajat. And make sure whenever you get something like this, hashtag name, question mark, or something like this, it means there is an error in your formula. So let me go redo, you will do control Y. So what is the formula here? If this condition is true, then show Rajat, else show Newton. Now here I can use cell name, like I can say if A2 is greater than A3, then if A2 is greater than A3, then show this, else show this. Now see, is A2 greater than A3? No, that's why it is showing Newton. 10 is greater than 20? No, so show Newton. If this condition is true, show this. If this condition is false, show this. Now I will make this condition true and you can see it is evaluating to Rajat now. Now I can say one more thing, like let's see some more examples. I can write a if condition here and I can say like my A5 is equal to 4. Then I can say print OK, else not OK. So you can say it is saying OK because A5 cell is equal to 4. Now let me make it 5. So it will say not OK. Now you can use AND here as well, like multiple conditions. And 4 is greater than 3, comma, 5 is greater than 2, close this and press enter. You can see okay. Means this expression, this complete expression, if comes out to be true, right? If this complete expression, selected statement comes out to be true, do this, else do this. Now I will make this AND expression return false. How? I will make one condition false. And you can see it is coming not okay, because see, how will you read this? You will say it is AND statement. Let's check both condition. Is this condition true? Yes. Is this condition true? No, it is false. You can see side by side. Oh, see here, it is also telling you if this condition is false or true. So this condition is false. So AND expression will evaluate to false. So when this thing, selected thing is false, it will give you not okay, and that is not okay. So this is about if condition in Excel statement. You can write as many, like you can use and, or, not to evaluate to the multiple expression and do something. If my condition evaluates to true, then do this, else do this. And this and is used to evaluate multiple expression. Similarly, or is used to evaluate multiple expression in one go. So that's all about if statement in Excel. Now we will see about VLOOKUP in Excel. VLOOKUP is a function which help us to filter out the data based on a specific serial number or a specific ID. So what is VLOOKUP? VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. There is also a HLOOKUP that we will see in after this VLOOKUP. But yeah, VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. As the name specifies, VLOOKUP is a built-in Excel function that help you to look for a specified value by searching for it vertically across the sheet. Now, for example, let me write something here. Like there is a company ID that we are having. Company ID. Now, suppose company ID is 5. I want to see in this table what is the company for this company ID. Now what I can do? I can go to this, like where the serial number is 5, then I can say yes, it is Acer. But I need to manually see here that it is Acer. Suppose it is 12, then I need to see it HP. Then I go to the 15, then I can see again to here. So this is basically, we need to do everything manually. But the thing is, can we get this HP name or any other company name automatically? As soon as I get the ID, can I get the company name automatically? Yes. So this is known as vertical lookup, means vertically try to find the data from this table. So how do we do that? So we set here actually VLOOKUP. We set here VLOOKUP and I will select this. You can see it is giving me 4 values. Like if you do it yourself also, it will give you some hint like VLOOKUP bracket. Then first value is lookup underscore value. What does this mean? This specifies the value that you want to look up in our data. For example, in this case, it is this value. I want to look up ID. I want to look up 5 in this value. So here we give the cell number. Okay, I will set my custom ID in this cell. Now try to find this into the table. So what is the, you can say, source of this value? That is this H5. Now what is the second value? I put comma. That is table array. What is table array? This is the location where the values are present in Excel. So we actually select the complete table in this, like this. We select the complete table. We select it, it automatically gives something automatically. You don't need to worry about. Like if you select the table like till here, it may give the range. But I am selecting the complete table. So this is how Excel is automatically taking it. Now after it, I will put a comma here. After putting a comma, there is a third parameter, which is column underscore index underscore number. What does this mean? This specifies the column number from where we need to return the value. What does this mean? So you can see here there are multiple columns. This is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5, column 6. So which column I need to look up? So suppose I will say I need to look up company column. So I will say 1 here. Sorry, 2 here. 2 means column 2. Column 1 is actually this ID column. Column 2 is company, because vertically I am looking up, and which column I need to look up? Second column. And then after that, what we need to put last value? Range lookup. This means this has two options. If the value is set to false, this means we are looking for exact match. If the value is true, then we are looking for approximate match. So for now, we can make it exact match, and let's close this bracket and I will press enter. So you can see here it is Acer is coming up. This is Acer coming up. Now, if you want to download this sheet, what you can do for practice, you can go to this link github.com/code/sample Excel sheets. Now here, you will come here and let me reload this page. You will get this Codance hyphen product hyphen sheet hyphen one. Just click on this file and you can download this file to practice more. If I will be using new files, I will be uploading those files on this repository. You can start this repository for yourself, so that it will come onto your homepage. You don't need to type the URL again and again. Yes, coming back to the sheet. Now you can see if my ID is 5, I can give some colors to this as well. Like I can say insert table, and I can make this table as well. One second. Okay, I need to select this. I can say insert table. Okay, now we can see it is coming in good colors. Now see, ID is 5. See my where cursor is. Company is Acer. Now I will make this ID 8. Now you can see it will automatically give me Toshiba. I will give ID as 13. It will automatically give Lenovo. See, this is example how it we look up, vertically look up the data, and which column you want to set up, that you need to give. Let's see, like I have one more thing here. Let me increase it. And company, I want to check the RAM of the laptop, suppose. So I can again do VLOOKUP to filter out that data. How we can do that? I can again make equal to, I will say VLOOKUP. If you want to see its documentation, you can click here on this VLOOKUP. This automatic like Excel help will open up. This may have some information and some examples as well how VLOOKUP works. You can go through it, see it as example 1, example 2, 3, 4, and 5. So many examples are here, right? So just go through it, read about it, and you will get it. It also has a video which you can play to get more reference. This is for every function. Okay, so yes, coming back, VLOOKUP. Which value we need to look up? We need to look up company ID. Then I will put comma here. Now I will use table array. Now second value which we need to pass here is table array. We will select the complete table here. Don't worry how when I select it, it is coming as table square bracket. Don't worry about it. Excel is doing this automatically for you. If you want, you can mention it like this also, table 1. You can mention it like a few table, then it is range coming up. So don't worry about it. You can type it yourself, this range. So let me select this, and now see table 1 is coming up. From in which area I want to filter it. Then after that, next value is column index number. I want to select this time RAM. So which column it is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is fifth column. And then I will mention false. False for exact match. Exact match means I want to exactly match this ID. I will take some examples of approximate match as well. Now you can see, as soon as I select 30, you can see it is giving me Lenovo and 12. I can select any other ID again like 6. It is giving me for 6, that is Asus at 16 GB. I can select 20 here and it is giving me Razer and 16. If I try to select something like which is not in this 24, you can see values are coming as NA, not available, because with 23 we don't have that data. So you can see how VLOOKUP help us to look the data vertically. Now we will see some examples. of how we can use that approximate match, this last value range lookup. When I was typing this, you can see true for approximate match, false for exact match. We have seen false for exact match for now. Let's see some examples of approximate match as well. Now we will see about the approximate match. Now see, in the same file, I have added another sheet, that is VLOOKUP2. This is VLOOKUP1, which was previous sheet. Now here you can see I have a table where I have price and RAM. Now suppose I want to check, I want to do price lookup of suppose 1300. But do you see there is a 1300 amount here? No. So in this case, we will use approximate lookup. So it will try to find the nearest match and will give us the result. I want RAM here. Now what will I do? I will use equal to VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP. I will select this and I will put the value. This cell is the exact value which I need to find in that table. Then I will put comma. Then I will select table array. I will select table array. Don't worry if it is coming table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4, it will automatically comes up. Then comma. I need to select column index which I need to do. What is column? 1 or 2? That is 2 column. Then comma. Then I will put true for approximate match. Sorry, I put enter. Let me correct it. True and enter. So you can see it is giving me approximate match of this 18 value. Let me make it 1400 here. Let me make it more like 1450. Still not. Let me make it 1550. So you can say it is coming 60. So like approximate match maybe because 1400 is coming near to this. So as soon as value exceeds, it gives us the approximate value. So we need to enter this lookup, VLOOKUP formula. The first argument will be VLOOKUP value. Second argument will be the table range. Third argument will be the column number, so that values for that column are returned. And finally, the last argument is true. That is, allow the VLOOKUP function to find the approximate match. Now make sure the lookup value, see this lookup value always should be first column. Here also this ID value should be only first column. This ID value, if it is in between, then VLOOKUP will not work. So VLOOKUP expect you to have the value in the first column itself. There is another lookup which is known as X lookup that we will see. In that case, that X lookup will work if your ID is in between as well. But yes, VLOOKUP will only work if your ID is the first column. And similarly, we will see example of HLOOKUP. HLOOKUP will also work if you have the first row as the lookup value. So this is VLOOKUP2, this is approximate result. See, this value is not in the table, but it will somehow try to find the approximate value in the table. Not exact match, but nearby values. Let's see more about future functions. Now we will see about further functions. And yes, here you can get sheet 1 and sheet 2 as well, or VLOOKUP1, VLOOKUP2 as well. So on online, like when you go to this GitHub repository, you may find the sheet with different names. So don't worry, but they will be in order here. Now we will look into how to use HLOOKUP in Excel sheet. So this is another Excel sheet named product sheet 2. You can download this sheet from this GitHub link, and you can see here now there is another sheet, a product sheet 2. You can go to this link and download this sheet, click on this file, and here you can download it. Now vertical lookup or VLOOKUP do vertical lookups, but this HLOOKUP do horizontal lookups. Let's see how. So suppose I have, first of all, I need a key here or some product sales. So I need a product. Product I can say suppose cameras. Now I want to check the cameras prices in online store. So how can I do that? Here I will say like this is a price column and I will say equals to, every formula starts with the equals to, and we say h lookup. If I click here, you can see there is this hint opens up. Which value I need to look up? I need to look up this cell. This cell is like kind of a source of value which we need to check in this table. We need to check this. Now after this we need to select the table. Here we select the table. Next value, no, sorry, I need to press comma. I didn't press comma. So first value is this one, then I need to press comma. Then after that, I will select the table. Then I will press comma, make sure to comma. And this also get bolder, which value you need to put. Row index number. Like which row? First row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row. In that we were selecting the columns, but now we will select the rows. So this is 1, 2, 3. Like for online, it is third row. So I will select 3. And then after that, we have true and false for exact match or approximate match. In this case, we need exact match. So you can see this is the value for cameras in online section, and it is showing us this value. Suppose I need to, or here I can say something like price online. This is just a header. We can create its table, like we can go to the insert table and make this also a table so that it looks beautiful to us. And here if I select, like suppose TV, it will give me the price of TV in online. This lookup helps when this table is very big, and we can write a formula so that we can just put some values here and it can filter out the value for us. Look up a value in the table. Here, like suppose I write the computers here, COMPUTERS, we can see the price of computer online is this. Suppose I want one more price. I want price of store. So how we're going to do that? Let's see once again. So we will use H lookup. I will click on this. Then which value? This value. Then after that, don't worry about it, what it is coming up at the rate product or something. You can remove this and put the logic according to you. It is A11. It will work. Okay. It will work. Let's do this one. But if Excel is calculating it yourself, don't worry. That will also be okay. Here, like this table is coming up. Instead of this table, let me put A32, which is F7. See, again, table is selected. Now I want to do row index number. Row index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want fifth row and I want exact match. So I will put false here. FALSE. Enter. So you can see now prices of a store of computer is coming up. If I mention cameras here, it will give me price. If like I do some spelling mistake, like suppose camera, in that case, it will give me NA, means this value is not available. And if I even make it true, let's see if it works. No, in that case also it doesn't work because it is a string type. This approximate match generally works with numerical types. So this is about how V lookup and H lookup works in this Excel sheet. Now we will see about X lookup. We have seen about V lookup and H lookup, but what is X lookup? So here if you see this data, here the product ID is in between. In previous examples, my column and row which I need to look up was first row or first column. But here it is in between. So in this case, we cannot use VLOOKUP. We need to use XLOOKUP. So how do XLOOKUP work? So we will say equal to, first we will like normal, like product ID. This is not necessary to write, but we can. And I want to suppose search for P004. And we need to check the price of this. Now we will say here price or rate. You can write anything. This is just for our understanding. We will say equal to, and we will say X lookup. Now X lookup takes these many values. First is lookup value, which we need to look up. Second thing is lookup array. In this, we need to pass what is our lookup array. So we will select the lookup array. Then we will select return array, which we need to return like this. We will say return array, and that's all. We will close this bracket and press enter. And it is very easy than X lookup. Sorry, it is very easy than L lookup. So if you have a lookup value in the middle, then you can use this. See, for P004, it is this value. Now we will select it to P006. You can see it is this value. We can select for P009. It is this value. Similar way, you can do it on the item name. We can say quickly item name. I can say is equals to X lookup, and I will select the value. After that, I will select the my lookup array. Then I will put a comma. Then I will select lookup, sorry, return array, and that's all. I will press enter. And you can see it is also saying for P009, it is power supply. For P007, it is motherboard, and price is this. And if you want to convert this to table, go to the insert, click on this table, and now this thing is now converted to a table. So yes, XLOOKUP can do horizontally and vertically both the direction. VLOOKUP can only do vertically. XLOOKUP can, sorry, HLOOKUP can only do horizontally. But nowadays, this is much more advanced to use XLOOKUP, and it's easy to use in both the ways. So definitely try it out. And post this video, you can download this sheet. This is product sheet 3. You can download it from the same link. And if I refresh it, let me go back and refresh it. You can see there is a product sheet 3 here. You can download this sheet and practice the same thing. Now we will see about what is a pivot table in Excel. So for that, I will be using this sheet. This sheet is sales sheet 1. You can again download this sheet from here, sales sheet 1. Make sure you use the correct sheet for the practice. So you can practice with different sheet as well, but to get the same sheet which I am using, use that. So a pivot table is a data processing technique in which a table is generated that summarizes the data from other table. So we generate a new table to summarize the current table by the use of statistical functions like sum, average, etc. to provide meaningful representation and reference. So we generate a summary table for this table so that we can analyze the data in current table. Yes. Don't worry, we will see examples as well. So pivot table help the user to expand, isolate, sum, and group the particular data in real time. It can show you the differences in very big data set and help in organization of large amount of data in Excel. What are the importance of pivot table? Let's see some theoretical things. Like it is easy and instant data, like real time as you change something, it is there and it is easy to create. It helps in easy data analysis. It helps in summarization of data. It helps in finding the data pattern. It generates accurate and quick reports, and it helps in faster decision making. So now, how to create a pivot table in Excel? Suppose this is the table you are having. I can increase its font size a bit. I will select this table which I have. This is a table. If we first see what does this table show us? There is a salesperson. In which region this salesperson has done how much of amount. Like this salesperson has given how much of order in which month. Right now, here you can see this salesperson has given this much in January, this much in February, this much in February, this much in March, then January. So like you can see, yes, there are multiple entries. Means like this person has given us 3 order in January in West region. Now we will select this data and we will go to the top ribbon to the insert and we will click here on the pivot table. This will say select a table range. We have already selected the table. In case we haven't selected the table, we will get chance to select the table from here. Now we will say where we want to create our pivot table. Do we want to create our pivot table in new worksheet or in existing worksheet? I will say create it in existing worksheet, and I will click here and click OK. So you can see this happens. Now this pivot table something is coming up, and on the right hand side there is pivot table fields or pivot table analyze ribbon like tab is coming up. Now how to use it? This will create a table to summarize the data. Now suppose I want to summarize like a particular person has given us how much amount of order irrespective of the region and irrespective of the time or month. So how can I do that? Here you can see there are columns coming up. So I will select a few columns here. Which columns I want? I want suppose salesperson, and I want suppose order amount. Currently it is not coming in as expected. But here you can see in the bottom we have four options coming up like filters, columns, rows and values. So what do we want? We want rows to be salesperson. So see, as soon as I drag and drop this value from here, now see rows are coming up with salesperson name, which are distinct in nature, means unique name. And on the right hand side, you can see it is the total amount coming up. If I select these, you can see on the bottom, there is total sum coming up. 51462. Yes, Excel sheet also shows us this, and you can see this amount is also equal to this amount. So this is a pivot table which we have created to analyze our data. Yes, here on the left hand side we have salesperson, and on the right hand side we have total, like you can say sum of order amount. This pivot table will calculate and summarize the selected field. In current example, this pivot table shows the amount sold by each salesperson. Now, we can these things are used as like selected field will be added to one of the four areas above. When we select something here, it will be added to one of the four areas below. And in our example, you can see salesperson field has been added to the rows and order amount has been added to values. Or if it is not added in it, you can drag and drop and make it correct. Now let's try to summarize more data. Now suppose I want in particular month this salesperson has done how much of sale. So how can I do that? I will go to this pivot table, and here we have months. So I will select this month. Now it is in values, it means count of month is coming up like this, but this may not give us the correct value. Now here you can see there is a columns here. So I will take this count of month and put it here. Now what happens? You can see in January this person, the column means whatever the values here we are having, use them as a column values. So you can see January, February and March is coming up, and also grand total it is showing us. Why this grand total? Because we also have values field. And see, if I click here or like see, click on this I button, you can see it can be like counts, like sum, count, average, max, mean. So I can click on max, and now it will, this table will show me like what is the maximum this person has done. But maybe maximum is not that much useful. You need to check out on the use case, like do you want maximum value, minimum value, sum value, average value? But yes, this pivot table will summarize it. This pivot table will summarize it according to you. Now you can see here we have this salesperson, and in January month how much sale, in February month how much sale. It will automatically combine it. It is 40752. You can see this person has done 40752. So this is how a pivot table works. Now these values are not coming in the correct format. Like here you can see there is a currency symbol coming up. So I can select this and go to this and currency, and you can see now that rupee symbol is coming up, and it looks more beautiful for us. You can change the width to make it more clear, visible. So that's about in this video. Hope you find it useful. And if you have any question, you can reach out to me over the linkedin.com /in/Rajat Jain -CS, or you can reach out to your instructor at Newton School. They will help you out with any of these things. Hello everyone. In this section, we are going to do a sample project in the Excel. Here we need a data set. So that data set will be provided on this link github.com/contents/sample Excel sheet. So you can download this data set by going through this link. So here on this link, you can see there is one data set, Codens employee sheet. So you can use this data set for your practice and more stuff. So if we go to this sheet, and you must be having a download link here, you can download this file into your computer and do practice on this file. So let's see what we are going to do practice in this. These are the few questions which we will try to do. But before that, let's take a quick look on the sheet, how our data looks like. So here in this data, let me zoom it a bit. So here, the first column is actually, you can see employee ID table. It is like your roll number or some unique ID. Then it is full name of the employee. Then it is job title, in which designation a person is enrolled in a company, in which department that person is, in which business unit that person is. What are more information we are having in this data set? We have gender, we have ethnicity, we have age, hire date, annual salary, bonus, like how much bonus that person achieved, and country living in and city living in. And for some employees, there can be the exit date as well. So we can see, we can try to do different operations on this data set and see how in practical world we try to use the different tools and get the data analyst done. So here, let's go to our questions. These are the questions which we need to do. So use the aggregate function to find the mean, median, etc. And we need to find mean of the age and median of the salary. Mean is the average of the age. So whatever the age column we are having, we need to find the average of that. And whatever the salary column we are having, we need to find the median of that. So let's see here. Here we have age column. So I can create a new sheet where I will be doing the summarization. So here I can say, like in the first column, let me extend it a bit. I can say mean age, or we can also say average age. Here we need to find the value. So I will say equals to, and I will find average. So this is the average function which is available. I will click on it. Now I need to pass the range in this. So I will go to the first data sheet and I will select the age column here. And I will close this bracket and press enter. So you can say the average age is coming out to be 44.3, nearly 44. Like the average age of the person in a company is 44 years. Now we need to find the median of the salary. Like second question here is, we need to find median of the salary. So I can again write a heading here, median of salary. How to find it? Again, I will use the formula, that is formula starts from the equals to, then I will find the median, MEDIAN. I will click on it. Then again, I need to select a range. I will go to this sheet. I will select the salary column and I will close this bracket and press enter. So you can see this is the median of the salary which is coming up. If you want to format this, so you can format this as well. You can go to this column and you can change it to the currency. Now this salary is in dollars. So you can change the, again, you can go to the format cell to make it dollars, and you can choose the symbol to be dollar. So maybe we can choose English Canada or English Austria, like whatever you have. So, or English United States, and I will click OK. So you can see the currency symbol has changed to the dollar. So this is the median of the salary which we are getting. Let's see what more we are having in this. Here you can see now it say use the VLOOKUP function to retrieve the employee's data. What does this mean? So we have seen in the previous series, VLOOKUP function try to filter out a data from a data set based on a particular key or based on the first key. So let's see how to do that. So here I will basically filter out the employee data based on this employee data. So I will copy an employee ID for now and let me create it like this EID, and then I will paste this ID and what I need to filter out. Suppose I need to filter out the name based on the employee ID. So in this column I can just write like full name. So here I need to filter out the full name of a employee based on the employee ID. So I need to look up into this table. So I will write that function equals to VLOOKUP, and I will select lookup value. This value I need to look up into the table. Then next one is table array. Then I will select the complete table. I will put my cursor here and will press Ctrl Shift arrow key to the right and arrow key to the bottom to select the complete table. Next thing, which column index we want to search? I want to search second column, which is the full name. And the next one is, do I want approximate match or true exact match? I want exact match with the employee ID, and I will close this bracket and press enter. So corresponding to this 644, you can see it has filtered out the employee name. Let's verify it. You can see for 644, it is Joshua Gupta. So you can see it is coming up. Let me copy any other employee ID here and paste it here. You can see which name is coming up, Ellie Jones. And here also you can see it is Ellie Jones coming up. Suppose I want to filter out the salary of this person as well. Which column salary is? Let's see. This is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. So 10th column is annual salary. So I will go to this sheet and I can create another column like salary. I can again use VLOOKUP here. That is VLOOKUP. Then I will select this value because I need to evaluate this. Then I will select the table array. I will go to the previous sheet. I will select the from here Control Shift arrow key to the right, arrow key to the bottom. In this way you can select the complete sheet. Then I will press comma, and which column I want? 10th column I want, and I want exact match. So I will put here false. Now we will close it. So see, now for this employee ID, we can get Ellie Jones and means full name and salary. If you want, you can create like convert this to the table and this will look more beautiful here. Now, if you change the any other employee ID, suppose I have chosen this employee ID. One second. I have chosen, okay, I have actually undo it. Let me redo it. I will choose this employee ID and paste it here. So you can see for this employee ID 703, it is showing me the name and the salary of this person. So it is showing me the employee name and salary. Let me choose another. So you can see both these fields are changing up. Let me again change it to the table and press OK. Yes. Similarly, you can add more columns. Suppose you want age as well. So how do we do that? Let's see one more example here. Age is which column? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it is 8th column here. So we will go here and take this is age value and I will say equal to VLOOKUP, and we will say lookup value. Then we will say lookup array, which is the we need to select the table. So I will go again on the top and will select this complete table. Control Shift right, Control Shift bottom, and I will press comma, and I want 8th value and I want false here. I want exact match, and you can see age is also coming up here. So in this way, you can play with the data and get more out of it. So this is about VLOOKUP. Let's see about the second thing which we are having, or the third question which we are having. Use the COUNTIF function to count the number of employees greater than 14. I want to see how many employees are there in my company whose age is greater than 14. How can I do that? So I will again go to this sheet and I can say like COUNTIF. So I want some result here. So I am just putting some heading and I will say here equal to count if I want to select the range here. So again, in this COUNTIF, I want to select only age column. So I will click on this age column and then I will put comma. So you can go to this formula tab on the top and press a comma here. Then I need to put a criteria. So I want to select greater than 40. So you can see there are 616 employees which are greater than 40. Is it the correct? So see, you can see there is actually the data of around 1000 employees and average age is coming out to be 44. So you can say employees greater than 40 age is actually nearly to the more than half, and that's how the average is also 44, because 44 means average. So yes, this data is correct. In this way we can also match our data, like if we are getting the correct result or not. Suppose if we want the value of employees or count the number of employees greater than 50. So you can see there are 333 employees which are greater than 50. If you want to choose like maybe less than 25, so you can select how many employees are there which are less than 25, and there are no employees which are less than 25. So let's try to increase the range. I will increase it to the 30. So you can say yes, there are 1-to-1 employees which are less than 30. You can see this condition here. So this is how we use a count if. Next one, use the if function to check if employees is senior citizen or not. So in this sheet, suppose I need to check if an employee is senior citizen or not. So I can try to add a new column here, senior citizen. And I need to see yes and no if an employee is senior citizen or not. So how can I do that? Which function I need to use? I need to use if function. So I will say here is equals to if. What I will say? I need to put a logical test here. So I will say if my age is greater than equal to 60, then I will say yes, that person is a senior citizen. Else I will say comma, no, that person is not a senior citizen. So you can see here, all these employees are no. If when there are yes, you can see their age is greater than 60. So we can see how many employees are are senior citizen and who are not. So this is the use of if condition, and as soon as we put it in one column, because it is already a table format, and as soon as I put formula in one row, it has automatically extended to every row. And you can stop it, like you can say undo calculate column and stop automatically creating calculated column. If you do this, click this, then it will not span automatically to every row. So, but I will keep it open. It's up to you whether you want to stop it or not. Let's check the next one. Use the concatenate function to combine the name and department of employee in a single column. So we need to concatenate the name and department. What are these columns? Let's see. So this is the full name column we are having. This is the department column we are having. And we need to create a new column which will have combination of this. So I can say here, let me increase the width. I can say here like name with department. This is a new column which we are having. I will double click to automatically increase its width according to the text of this. So I will say equal to, because concatenation or concat have are functions in this. So we need to use concatenate function. So I will go here and click here concatenate function. Let's say choose text one. So I will choose the text full name. Then I will choose the next text, which is the department. So I will go here and click on the department for the second text and will close this bracket by clicking here and press enter. So you can see it has appended name and department, but it is directly appended it. We may need a comma between them or a hyphen between them. How can I do that? I can go to this formula tab or yeah, and I will say comma append it using a space. So you can say a space will be coming up between the employee name and department. Now I will make it, suppose, hyphen. So a hyphen will be there between employee name and department. If I need space, hyphen space, so there will be some space coming up. You can also add a comma space here. I will change it so that it looks more beautiful and more readable. You can see name and employee department is coming up. This is using concatenate function. Concatenate function concatenates two or more string together. This is first string, this is second string, and this is third string. Now, if you want to delete this column, I can select this and click on delete. This will delete a column in the Excel sheet. Now, next one. Use the pivot table feature to summarize the employee data. So I want to summarize this data. How can I do that? So I will go here and go to the insert. There is a pivot table option here. I will select it. I will select the table range. I will click on this option, go to the first one, press Ctrl Shift arrow key to the right, arrow key to the bottom, and will extend this. Now I have selected my table. Where I want to insert this pivot table, suppose I want to insert it into the new worksheet. I will click on OK. So it has inserted a pivot table in a new sheet. You can see this is sheet 2. I can scroll, drag and drop this sheet to the to change the order. Now, okay, I guess it is not visible. Let me change its width so that it is visible to you. 1 second. So in the bottom, you can see we have sheet 2 created, and we can change the sheet like this. Now, here I want to create this pivot table. So how can I do that? I can shift this pivot table like if I want. Here there is an option like you can see different option, move pivot table. So I can move this pivot table to suppose this location and press OK. My pivot table has been moved. Now here in this pivot table there are different options. Let's try choosing different options. Like what are the here? We have age, hire date, we have department. So I will select the department and I will select the uh, anything here, like suppose full name of the employees. It is not useful as of now. So I will change this here. I will say I want to count the number of employees in this data. I will zoom this sheet little bit. So here is a zoom option we are having. So we can zoom this sheet little bit. So from here, I will zoom the sheet to see more of the data. Yeah. Now this is like in this, you can say departments, there are these many employees are there. So I can see more about it. So suppose I want to select gender here and I will select annual salary here, right? So this is what we are getting. Now I want to set columns. So maybe I can set columns to here. So now you can see how many males are there, how many females are there into the each department. It is telling us count, and it is annual salary. So you can see it is coming out to be total salary, but it is sum of annual salary. What I can change it to? I can change it to the average salary. So you can say now it is showing us the average salary of female employees, average salary of male employees, how many male female employees are there, how many male employees are there, and this is the total average salary it is showing us. If you want to remove any column from here, suppose I want to remove something, so we can remove it. Once again, let me undo it. I want to remove the gender from here, so I can remove it, and it is like total annual salary of each department is coming up. I can change it to the sum. Okay, this is the average salary, annual salary, and I can remove this column as well, and I can again add gender. So you can do this, you can play with it, like which columns you want, which rows you want, which filters you want, and which values you want. So I want rows as department, I want gender as columns, I want values as this. Now there is a country here as well. Let's try to select the country here. Right now in this, suppose I want to change it to the country. I will make it here as a rows. So you can see for each account, these countries, like for Brazil, how many males and females are there? No, sorry. This is the average annual salary, not count. If you want the count of that, so we need to change that as well. Okay, so it is just telling us average salary in accounting department for a female from Brazil is this one, from China it is this one, and for male it is this one. So this is how we can do. If I remove the department from here, you can see for each country male and female is this. If I want like how many people are there for each country, so I can put the values here and I can remove the average salary, and you can say count of people here, how many people male and females are there in each country. If I remove this gender column as well, you can see it is showing me this. So basically I have tell you all the possible combinations here, what are the possible things, and you can play more about it, how to create a summarization table by dragging and dropping the values. Now let's go to the next question. So next question says, use the nested if function to give extra bonus based on age. So we need to give extra bonus to the employees. So I can create a new column here, extra bonus. Now we need some conditions here. How? Let's try to create some conditions side by side. I want to say if, and I will select the age here. If age is less than 40, I want to give some value to it. Maybe I want to give um, suppose $1,000 or like $100 to the employees. Then I will put comma. If my age is, I will put a bracket here again. If my age of the employee is less than 60, I want to give how much data, like how much money, maybe $150. And if it is greater than 150, I want to give $200 to the employees. So see, it is coming up automatically. Now see, it is nested if condition. If it is less than 40, let's find a person with less than 40. This person is there. This person. So see, this person is less than 40, it is 100. This person is less than 60, so it is 150. And if a person is more than 60, let's find it in the data set, this person. So you can see that person will get $200. And we can change it to the currency as well. I can go to the format and go here and change it to the currency. It is coming out to be one column, so I can select whole column and do here, like go to the format cell. I will say here, I want to change it to the currency. I want to change it to the dollar and click OK. You can see now the values are in dollar. And this is the extra bonus which I want to give using the nested if condition. The next one, use the chart feature to visualize the data. So let's try to create some charts. For that, we need the summarization table. Now suppose here we are having in each country how many count of employees we are having. So we can create a summarization table for it. Let's try to see. First of all, I go to the insert and I can select a bar chart here. So let's try to create a bar chart here. So this is the bar chart coming up. So you can say this bar chart will shows you like for this Brazil and China United States, what is the representation of this. You can change the style or format of this chart by selecting this and go to the design, and you can change the design of the chart according to your need. Suppose I need a pie chart here. So you can convert this chart to the pie chart or like change the pie chart, or you can delete this chart again, go to the insert and create a pie chart like this. You need to select the data and go to the insert and create a pie chart from here. Now see, this is a pie chart coming up. So like for United States, this much percentage area, and if you need percentage also, I will select this and go to the design options. I will select quick layout and click on percentage. You can see percentage is also coming up with uh, uh, you can say with this pie chart. So I can change the pie chart. If I drag and drop it, you can see I can drag and drop the areas as well to make our pie chart look beautiful. I can adjust it on the sheet. however I want. So in this way, we can visualize the data using the different charts. Based on the type of the data, you can try to visualize it. If suppose it is a trend kind of thing, you can use line chart. If it is normal data, you can use pie chart or bar chart. And based on that, you can see there are different charts we are having. You can try based on the data. Now the last question is, use the conditional formatting feature to highlight the salary figures and bonus. Okay, so I will go to the main sheet again, and here we want to do some conditional formatting. Maybe I go here, I will select this and go to the conditional formatting here. See, here we can put our custom condition, or we can say I want to select top 10% of the people. If I go here and click, you can see the red cell. They are the top 10% of the employees. Like suppose companies want to see who are the top 10 employees, or who, like, on which employees they are actually spending lot of money. So these are the top 10 employees on which they are spending lot of money. So this is how you can do conditional formatting. Let's try some more examples here. I want to see bottom 10% with maybe different color or with red color, but this is now mixed up. So I can clear up the formatting. I can go here, clear rules, clear uh, rules from the selected cell, and I can again set here like I want bottom 10%, and I can change the formatting here. Like I want yellow people from the bottom red cell, and I want top 10% with the green one. So you can see different formatting also you can apply at the same time. So these are the top 10 and bottom 10%. This is how a conditional formatting works. You can put your conditional formatting like this. Suppose this is a bonus you are having, and I go to the conditional formatting. I will say if my bonus is greater than a particular value, then it is like this. I want to select it. So let's try to see if it is greater than uh, 7, but this is a string value, so I guess it may not work. This is a string value. You can see it is not directly percentage value, it is a string value. So it may not work directly, but it can work on the age. So I can say in conditional formatting, I will say I want to choose the person which are greater than of 50 age, and I will use some other formatting, maybe just red text, or I can select any here. I can select this red one and click OK. So these are the persons who are greater than 50 of the age. So this is how conditional formatting works. It helps us to easily visualize the data. If you want to clear the conditional formatting, go here and you can say clear rules from the entire sheet. Entire sheet will clear all the rules here, here, and here. And if you want to remove from the particular cell, you can remove them from the selected cell as well. So this is about the Excel sheet project, and these were the few questions. You can find this sample sheet on this GitHub link. You can go to this GitHub link and download this sheet. This sheet name is Codance Employee Sheet. You can download it from here. And yeah, if you want to reach out to me over LinkedIn, you can go to this LinkedIn profile, www.linkedin.com/in/rajatjan-cs. And that's all for today. Thank you, everyone, and keep practicing. So what you can do, you can just see the question, you can create your own question and then try to do practice on the Excel sheet of your own. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.